Hi, thanks for joining me, Kayla. Go ahead and please first introduce yourself.
Hello, goetsi hopa. Shutsanaha sa tahato itskoyani tiats me asa. Giwa au arisata. Hello, my name is Kayla Coriz. I am from the Pueblo of Santo Domingo. I am from the Fox clan, and my Indian names translate to corn pollen. I actually started off at Free Flow almost a year ago. So I am the Indigenous Program Coordinator. So I go into the Pueblos and try to find spaces where we could distribute our products, as well as instead of um, creating new spaces for our programs, we like to go into the Pueblos that already have programs going and set up spaces there. So that is my role. I started off in Santo Domingo Pueblo, where I saw the need for my community members. Um, and I took on this role to help other community members, such as mine, like the Pueblos. I have started in the central area, which is Santo Domingo Pueblo, Cochiti Pueblo, San Felipe Pueblo, and I'll also be expanding to Zia Pueblo and Jemez Pueblo soon.
And are there pods there or is it a different setup?
It's a different setup. So we have a period kit, which is a month's supply, and I distribute 25 to 50 bags to each location. And those are little grab bags with pads, tampons, liners, and heavy pads, which is generally a month's supply for individuals. And they just go in and grab a bag when needed, or grab a couple to save them a trip for the next time. So I usually set those up at the Head Starts, the libraries, fitness centers. So like the high traffic areas in the communities that we have, as well as family services. So that is our general distribution program that we have started doing in the Pueblos.
And what was the need that you saw when you took on this role? As we know, there's a lot of different costs for people, for families, for students, for individuals, for a lot of different people. So, what was the need that you saw that you wanted to address?
So the need, I actually did a community survey. I used a free program, which was like a max of 50 people. At the time, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so for me that was a side project that I did. I reached out to community members and asked them if I were to be able to bring in products, where would you like the products to be able to be picked up? Are you able to afford the products? If you're not able to afford the products, what do you use? And the main answer for that was toilet paper or old clothing that they have cut up and reuse or wash if they don't have access to vehicle transportation. So our nearest store is like actual store is in Bernalillo or Santa Fe. So that's about like 30-45 minutes away both ways for everybody. So that was the need that I saw, that people needed accessibility. They needed support. A lot of the families have trouble with income, as I have trouble with income balancing budget. So I saw that need for my community, that it could help us. It could lift just that burden of not being able to afford something so simple as sanitary products.
And what does it mean for people? What are the kind of responses that you hear from community members? Because it is also sometimes for people to ask for help, it's difficult,
Mhm.
but also just to be able to be able to go to one of these places and without having embarrassment, I guess, if that's a proper term, but to be able to go and get this help without feeling some sort of way that, oh, I
Mhm.
need help, but how do I get it? So, what are some of the comments and response that you get?
I've been getting a lot of good feedback, that families are more able to they're comfortable coming to me now, which is amazing. Because before, this topic really wasn't talked about. So everywhere I go, I have a little tin with products available, and I put it in the bathroom. So I'm a traditional person, so I go and help at places. So when I do that, everybody's like, "Oh wow, that's cool! Like, how come we never thought about having products accessible?" Because in these spaces is mainly women. Um, and if something comes up, you have to leave and come back. So it's been amazing. People are starting to open up and say, "Oh yeah, they have the products at this place. They have the products at the Head Start. They have the products at the Child Care Center." And so it's amazing to hear the word being spread around. About the accessibility for everybody and how much it's helping them and even breaking the topic to their young girls. I also am able to we have donated products to the middle school and elementary schools in San Felipe Pueblo and Santo Domingo Pueblo, which has helped the schools and the girls with the stigma and also um, just not having to miss school. So it's been amazing hearing even from the young girls like, "Oh, this is amazing." Like sometimes they're shy, but it feels good when they say thank you. Like I didn't know about this product or I didn't know how to use it. So it's really amazing to hear community being excited about something as little as a sanitary pad. And uh, a lot of the places that we have products in uh, I go and visit regularly, and it's so cool to see our baskets empty, because it means something good has come to our community.
Well, thank you for sharing that, and I wanted to bring in, Laurie as well. Laurie, please introduce yourself. Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Hi, my name is Laurie Merrill, and I'm the executive director and founder of Free Flow New Mexico.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And Kayla was talking about the outreach to some of the Native communities in New Mexico. Can you share a little bit about how this organization got started?
But yeah, Free Flow started in October of 2020 during the pandemic. Volunteering has always been a part of my life when things have either felt out of control internally or externally. And it's been a way of creating a grounding force, a good foundation. And during the pandemic, a few things felt a little out of control. And and I was curious how I could be of service to my community. And my son was 2 years old at that time, and how can I keep my family safe as well? And it just came into my mind of how are the students getting their period products if they're not in school and they're not able to visit the nurse's station for those that get their period products from there. I reached out to the superintendent at that time, Veronica Garcia, and she responded. And I said, "How about if we put some period kits together and we distribute them through the food programs with the distribution of lunch and breakfast and lunch at the schools and through the bus systems." She loved the idea, put me in contact with the head nurse. And 5.5 years later, and 1.3 million products distributed, and and now seven different programs.
Wow. So, you had the distribution. You also have the period pods. What is that, and how many are there now?
The period pods are like little community libraries, except instead of going and grabbing a book, you go and grab a bag of period products that contain a 1 month supply. And this was started because we realized that although we're in collaboration with over 170 organizations on through 20 counties and pueblos, periods don't wait. As we know, they don't wait for your appointment on Thursday at 3 p.m. And a lot of individuals aren't clients of these organizations or students of these organizations. And so it was, how can we create better accessibility? So we currently have 14 period pods with four more that are being designed. Each period pod is painted by a local artist or artists from the community of where it's being placed. Um, And we have 2 down in South Valley, and then we have them all scattered all the way up into northern New Mexico up to Taos.
And especially the need right now, we see everything is so expensive from food to gas to everything seems like it just keeps going up. So why is it so important to help, continue these programs?
There is no federal program that supports the purchase of period products. So EBT, WIC, SNAP, that all support food. Period products are considered non-essential luxury items with these programs. And consequently, 1 out of 3 low-income individuals with periods report missing work, school, and other activities. And what this translates to is an average of 7.6 missed days of work and school per year. But when free period products are provided, that number drops down to 1.2. And that can be the difference of staying in school and or staying employed.
Yeah, definitely important. And can you share a little bit about how that you get the resources and then, if people are out there and they want to help, where do they go?
Yes. So our resources, if you ever come to a bagging, please feel free to come and volunteer. Anyone can come and reach out to us. Um, we um, we have long tables, and we put together anywhere from 400 to 600 period kits at a time. And so all of our products have to be the same. So individual donations don't work too well, although we do create we create teachers bags sometimes when we do get individual donations. But otherwise, we buy in bulk through our business pricing. And that allows us that instead of the average of $9 a month on average for period products, we're able to bring that down to $3.75. So that's very helpful. We're currently distributing roughly about 2,200 period kits a month just through those 2 programs. And so donations are wonderful through our website if you're interested in volunteering or if you're looking for supplies. So if you would like period products, and not only do we offer disposable products, but every period kit has an offer for reusable products. And this is an offer for discs and cups, period underwear, or reusable pads. These are free of charge. They will text with Deanna on sizing, and then it's shipped right to their house. Or if somebody's unhoused or can't have a package delivered to their house, we're very happy to deliver to a community organization.
Well, it sounds like, from when you started to now, things sound like they're really expanded and with your more pods coming in to help more communities, more people in New Mexico. What is your hope for the future, Lori?
Good question. We are regrouping over the summer to then be able to expand further statewide. 2 of our programs, the reusable period products and our neurodivergent initiative, which supplies 5 pairs of period underwear to any individual with neurodivergent conditions such as autism or cerebral palsy, or if they have any other types of disabilities. Studies have found that individuals with these conditions, that the menstrual cycle can be disruptive in general, um, but let alone the sensory sensitivities around disposable products, and also the fine motor skills it can take to utilize tampons or to take the plastic off the pads. And so studies have found that period underwear can be the best fit for many individuals. And so people can just write in and say they don't have to show proof of anything, and we just send them off their proper sizing for 5 pairs of period underwear. So those 2 programs are statewide, and we're slowly expanding, especially with one of our newer programs called period cupboards. These are a little bit different than our period kits, that we collaborate with communities that are already established, and we currently have 3 period cupboards, and an individual works with their like social worker or goes directly into the period cupboard and set up like a little boutique that they can go and choose whole packages of products that is just right for their flow, right for their body, right for their life. And they receive a 5 to 6 month supply of period products. And this is most helpful because not only for accessing just about anything are there financial barriers. But because in New Mexico, we are the fifth largest state in the United States, we have lots of land mass. And we don't necessarily have public transportation the way other states do. And so transportation barriers are a very big logistic here. And so we want to support that by providing 5 to 6 months supply. And so that way, an individual that, you can just exhale and you don't have to worry about your period products. So, and they get their choice of what types of pads they want, if they want all tampons. And so it's just creating autonomy and choice over what everyone should have.
And I guess that leads me to Kayla and I talked a little bit about just having the dignity and taking away stigma and embarrassment for people to be able to just access these types of items. Why is that so important, Lori?
Um, these are the things that we all need to function. Right now, during our time, we have families and individuals working so hard. They're working so hard and they're barely able to get food on their table. And I think many of us know from experience when you're working so hard and yet you're not able to make ends meet, there's this cloak of what feels like failure happening. But it's not, because when we look at the bigger picture and how this is happening to so many individuals and to so many families, that this is not a discussion about the individual. This is a discussion on our society and how, as a society, we are failing at this time. And the direction that we are in is not the right direction. If we are having two-member households working full time and struggling, that the conversation needs to start to shift. And for just in general, for people to be able to walk out their door and not worry about bleeding through, about feeling supported, about feeling strong. And period products are one element in this picture.
Thank you for that. And Kayla, Lori talked about some of her hopes for the future for the program. What are some of your hopes?
I think my hopes are like hers, that we can expand and help more people. Um, just hearing the feedback from communities and schools on how much this has helped them and their students. It's an amazing feeling to be a part of, and I'm so thankful for Free Flow New Mexico. Being able to provide that to our communities, it's an amazing feeling. Thank you.
And definitely a key tribal value is, helping other people. So it's great that this program is out there and to also help, families that may be struggling and just people who are in need. Anything else either of you'd like to say?
Thank you for having us on again. We loved the segment that you did several years ago. It was wonderful when we were first starting out, and thank you so much for checking back in with us and seeing our growth. And as we continue to expand statewide with our programs, we look forward to having another check-in in a few years.
Sounds good. Thank you, Kayla.
Thank you. We hope to see everyone at a bagging.